we could have sex 2-3 times a day, 4 times a week, and he would still be indifferent with me.
You are wearing another woman's name that's not your mama on your arm right now and expecting your woman, your wife, the mother of your children, to accept that in her home every day.
I'm tired. I'm tired of getting hurt.
Oh, you're tired of being hurt, but I'm a douchebag.
Hurt because you hurt me.
When somebody shows you who they are, believe them the first time.
The courtroom turned into an emotional battlefield when Mrs. Page confronted her husband of 16 years over betrayal, lies, and a tattooed name of his mistress still branded on his arm. This one gets raw, unfiltered, and absolutely unforgettable. Subscribe now for more brutal takedowns and truth bombs you won't find anywhere else. What set the fire this time? Mrs. Page came to court waving divorce papers after 16 years of betrayal. Her claims? Cheating, disrespect, total lack of trust. They met through her brother, became friends, then lovers, and seemed inseparable. But behind the scenes, red flags flared early. It wasn't long before Mrs. Page discovered messages between her husband and another woman, blatant flirtation and innuendos that were impossible to misinterpret. She didn't come to court confused. She came to court done. So what did Ian Page, the accused, have to say for himself?
Contact information has my picture and I'm a douchebag. I submitted the evidence.
There's evidence?
Yes, there's evidence.
Let me see the evidence.
My picture, that's supposed to be my name and my telephone.
That's right. He tried flipping the blame. According to him, the cheating wasn't betrayal. It was the consequence of a wife who wasn't giving him what he needed. His words.
She felt comfortable, and it was no.
The defense? He wasn't getting the affection he needed. So, of course, he turned to other women. But when Mrs. Page tried confronting him, she got more excuses than answers.
But if this man is telling you from the heart he not getting what he wants or what he needs, you either listen to it or you determine that that's not what you want to do.
That's how Ian played it. Shift the blame and hope no one looks at his track record. But then came the receipts. Mrs. Page wasn't just airing frustrations. She brought evidence.
I had the gifts wrapped under the tree.
Really?
And I wanted to unwrap you under that tree, and I couldn't. You would not.
You didn't even ask me to have sex. He was asleep.
And what was Ian's idea of commitment?
Why did you cover up the tattoo, sir?
Yes, Becky. The name he tattooed on his arm while he was still married. Not hidden, not removed. Just there.
That you remove...
Or covered up, yes.
Or cover it up.
Yes.
And you did.
And he had the nerve to complain about being labeled a douchebag in her phone.
In her telephone, my contact information has my picture and I'm a...
Even the judge was floored.
I, for the life of me, cannot figure out why you could cover up her name and couldn't figure out in the last 8 years how to...
It wasn't just betrayal. It was ongoing. And everyone could see it, but Ian. When Mrs. Page finally declared, "I'm done," the courtroom knew it wasn't anger talking. It was survival. Just when you thought this circus couldn't go any deeper, the tattoo came into full view. He didn't just cheat. He branded it. With permanent ink.
You are wearing another woman's name that's not your mama on your arm right now.
Not only did Ian Page cover up his wife's name after moving to Texas, he proudly came back with Becky inked across his flesh. His defense?
Because it's not something...
That one line shattered whatever credibility he had left. The tattoo wasn't invisible. It was just inconvenient for him to deal with. And Mrs. Page? She lived with the pain of it every single day. This wasn't a moment of weakness. It was a long-running headline of disrespect, broadcast daily in her own home. By the end of the case, Judge Starr had heard enough and delivered the final blow with no mercy.
When somebody shows you who they are, believe him the first time.
Mrs. Page had already signed the divorce papers before walking into the courtroom, but her emotional closing revealed the deep scars left behind.
I'm done, and I'm tired of being the only one trying to fight for my...
Ian's response? Empty, dismissive, and cold.
You get...
That was it. No remorse, no apology. Just cold deflection from a man who lost everything and still didn't see the point. The judge served the papers. The courtroom erupted in applause. And Mrs. Page walked out, finally free. This wasn't just a divorce. This was a declaration. Mrs. Page didn't just walk away from a husband. She walked away from 16 years of emotional chaos, constant betrayal, and barefaced lies. And she did it with grace. To every woman watching, you don't have to settle for pain, lies, or you get what you get. You deserve love, respect, and a partner who tattoos loyalty on their heart, not another woman's name on their arm. Subscribe now for more savage takedowns, courtroom truth bombs, and real people standing up for themselves. Because when enough is enough, you walk out with your head held high.